Yvette, and we are live at 5. This is day 2 of the FB Live Challenge for Yvette the Best. And for those of you who do not know me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Yvette the Best, and I am your small business tax accountant. I take great pleasure in keeping small business owners IRS and state compliant while increasing their cash flow and maximizing their tax refund. And I even wrote a book about it. So with that being said, I today I want to talk about this gig economy. So I know most of you have read the article about in California how Uber and Lyft drivers are going to now be considered employees. And some may think that is a good thing. So I can see if someone's working full time for Uber and this is the only job that they have, that they may want to be classified as an employee because they want to get access to medical benefits, 401ks, and things of that nature. But most people who are in gig economy jobs, so we're talking about Uber, Lyft, Dash, Shipped, any of those tasks, child, almost there's so many of them now. The list is endless. So most of you have full-time jobs. So you're looking at accessing to get a 1099 to open you up to getting tax deductions that you cannot get as a W-2 employee. And that is key. So where does all of this play a part in? So today we was going to talk about vehicle expenses. So most of the time when people are doing this gig economy work, they are using their car. Or even if you just in regular business, you use your car for mileage to get around to do your business. So how do you maximize that? So I use two strategies that I teach my small business owners, which is really good for business. One is always use, most people have two cars at home. They have a car and their spouse has a car. I always say if you want to maximize your vehicle expenses, use both cars. So most people are doing dual gig economy. So they may work for Uber and they may work for Lyft. They might do Shipped and they may do DoorDash. They may be doing two different gig economies. So what I say is register both cars. So you register one car for Uber and you register the other car for Lyft. So that way you can use both of the cars in your business and maximize the business mileage. How else can you maximize your business mileage and expenses? So most people commute to work and from work every day. So those mileage going back and forth is not deductible at all, even as an employee. But how can you make them deductible? So if you're in business and I leave my home, but on the way leaving my home, I go to Office Depot to pick up copier paper for my office. The mileage from my home to Staples is now deductible. Now, when I go back to my business, that mileage is now deductible. If you are in network marketing, and network marketing is a really good way to get access to having 1099 income. When you leave your house and you get ready to go to work, go live. You go on live to your while you're commuting to work. Say, hey, I'm on my way going to work. Just wanted to reach out to you guys to say I'm selling product A, B, C, and D. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. And now those mileage of you driving to work or from work when you're going live are now deductible. What else can you do? So a lot of people do not depreciate their cars when they're put in business because they, for some reason, they feel because they're also driving the same car to work that the vehicle could not be depreciated. But that is not correct. As long as the car is being used 50% or more in your bit for business use, it can be deductible and wrong word, depreciated. That's the word. So think about it. Depreciation is huge because right now, IRS law states the car does not have to be a new car. It just has to be a car that you have placed into business. So if you have a car that's worth maybe $25,000 and you place it into business and it's being used at 50%, that's a $12,000 write-off for your car if you decide to take it all in one year. Now, me, I'm a person, I like people who are doing gig economy. Eventually, you're going to be doing this year after year. Usually, it's not a 1 year event. So I like to depreciate cars over its life of depreciation, which is 5 years. So you get to use that money a little bit every year along with your mileage. But one huge thing I see at the tax table that people do not calculate is all of their miles. Most people do that. No, especially ones who drive Uber and Lyft. They know that Uber and Lyft collects their mileage. So they like, oh, well, they give me all of my miles. So I don't have to track it. But you really do. The reason being is Uber and Lyft tracks your miles while you have a person inside of your car. They don't track the miles that you drive to go from one call to the next call. And all of those miles are business miles. The miles when you take and say, hey, I'm driving around waiting for a hit, those are all business miles. And Uber and Lyft does not track those miles. So it's important that you have another tracking system tracking all of your miles. Uber and Lyft can give you the miles of when the person was in your car, but you need your own mechanism to track all of the miles that you're being driven in your car when you're doing gig economy. Another thing is a lot of people do not take into consideration this two-car method. So the two-car method is huge. I mean, on average, you can have one car doing 10,000 miles and then you have another car that's not getting any type of deductions because it's only being driven back and forth to work. So that two-car strategy is huge to build up vehicle expenses for this year. And again, vehicle mileage this year is 57.5 cents a mile. So you might as well just say 58 cents a mile. So roughly it's 60 cents a mile to drive your car in business. And my cue is if you want to buy a new car, my rule of thumb is always wait until December 31st. You buy the new car. And the first thing you do is drive over to your accountant's office and give them a copy of the receipt. That's your first documentation of business mileage on your car. Your accountant has a copy of the purchase receipt, and then you're able to take a 100% deduction on that vehicle. And again, Section 129 expenses is up to $1 million. So if you like to expense your car all in 1 year, and that was really going to help you as a tax strategy, if you bought a brand new Maserati Levante for $75,000, that's a $75,000 write-off. So this is just a short video today for day 2, just for you to maximize those vehicle mileage. And for those of you who are W-2 employees who do not have a home business, please get one. And if you want to know about one that can help you lower your taxes, help you with your business mileage, help you get your credit together, talk to me, inbox me, you always do. So that way you can get involved and get yourself together, because again, with this unemployment that I talked about yesterday, this retirement withdrawals that happen that people have taken advantage of, you're going to definitely need some 1099 income to make sure that you are lowering your taxes and getting more in your pocket. So if you need to reach out to me, I do have a 15-minute free tax talk. You can reach me at bit.ly/increase bottom line, because that's what Best Services Unlimited and Yvette Best does. We increase your bottom line. So with that, I want you to have a good evening, have a good drive home if you're out here commuting. If you're home just watching me on video, please stay healthy, please stay safe, wear your mask, and again, this too shall pass. Have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 5.